On my left, we have James Wong, and on my right, we've got the Volkswagen Polo 85 TSI Launch Edition. Now, this is the littlest Volkswagen you can buy in Australia, but is it any good? Well, James Wong's going to spend the next 3 months with the car to find out. JWO, how about we get out of this miserable Melbourne weather and go for a drive?
I think that's a good idea.
I think so too. Power in the Polo comes from a determined little 3-cylinder engine making 85 kilowatts and 200 newton meters. There's a 6-speed manual option, but our long-termer has a 7-speed DSG. Time will tell whether we're left yearning for the 3 pedals or if the DSG is worth the $2,500 it costs. James Wong, welcome to your very own Volkswagen Polo.
Thanks, it's good to be here.
Now, before we get into it, what do you do at Car Advice again?
I'm a journalist.
We actually sit next to each other in the office.
We are neighbours, yes.
So, what's the story with this Polo? It's sort of the base model for Volkswagen, but it also has a lot of kit inside.
Yeah, so all Polos in Australia come as standard with this 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which looks really good. You get autonomous emergency braking as standard as well.
Seems like a big inclusion.
Yeah, it's something that's increasingly needed across the new car market at the moment for a 5-star ANCAP rating. Right. So you'll see that more and more cars get that as standard. You also get air conditioning, USB ports. You also get a reversing camera, which makes parking a little bit easier.
Much easier. What does it miss though? Because there is some stuff on here that isn't on here that probably should be.
Yeah, so you can't get navigation at the moment in any form. You'll have to wait for a couple of new models in the coming months that will add that option.
Yep.
You can't get climate control, you can't get LED headlights at the moment. You also can't get the digital instrument cluster.
And they look awesome. All the photos we've seen look great.
Yeah, and it was a headlining part of the new Polo range is that you could get this cool new display, but we can't get it yet.
That's a little frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the final option we've got here is the double clutch gearbox.
Yes.
I personally think small cars should have manuals, but this doesn't. What are your thoughts on it so far?
Yeah, it's. I know we talk a lot about low speed hesitation in dual clutch gearboxes at Car Advice, and this one doesn't really do that reputation any favours. Like going around this roundabout now, you're still in second gear, or third before, and it takes a moment for it to get going.
Just a second to get going, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you'll find it most when you stop at the lights or something and the engine shuts off with the start-stop system and then going back again. It can take like 1 or 2, sometimes 3 seconds to get going again, which is just, it feels like an eternity.
Especially in sort of city traffic, that's a long time to be waiting.
And this is where this kind of car is meant to be driving, so if that's where it falls down, that's not really a good thing.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll have more to come on the gearbox and the rest of the car, obviously, over the next 3 months, so stay tuned to caradvice.com and make sure you stay tuned for our conclusion video. We'll wrap up everyone's thoughts on this car. Thanks.